On today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing Louis LeTerrier's Incredible Hulk, so stick around. So we'll dive straight in and go straight to the visuals. I think that The Incredible Hulk does have some very strong visuals. The look and feel of the film is a lot more dramatic and visceral than every other MCU film. It's probably the only film which is a bit more dramatic and serious in its tone than Iron Man. And it doesn't harm this film as an isolated piece of filmmaking. I think it fits the character really well, and it fits this particular version of the character really well. Obviously, it is in complete contrast to how the Hulk is in the MCU now, so it's understandable why they decided to change his character and the overall tone of the Hulk after this point. But I don't think it harms this film at all. I think it's a good dramatic take on the character, and I really enjoy it. As an action director, Louis LeTerrier is used to directing very good action, and he does the same again in The Incredible Hulk. It's visually the fastest paced film in the MCU. It's edited to a very consistently high pace, and I think that helps the film tick over really well, and it never feels boring or slow at any point. The CGI is very good throughout the film, and I really enjoy the final battle with Abomination. I don't care if other people say it's terrible. I don't think it is. I think it's interesting, fun and exciting. The CGI is done very well. The only moments of ropey CGI that I will say there's a scene where Tim Roth has been given the serum to turn him into Abomination, and he's got some muscles, and it's pretty clear that those have been CGI'd on afterwards. It is a bit of a flaw that I spotted while watching it. Overall, I'm going to give the visuals a 7. For the audio section, I think that The Incredible Hulk has something that no other MCU movie has, and that is a score that follows the emotional beats of the film and emphasizes them really well. All the other MCU movies do have excellent themes and good pieces of individual music throughout, but none of them have a complete score which echoes the plot and character development of the film as well as this film does. And Craig Armstrong should be given a lot of credit for the fact that he managed to create such an emotive score for this character, which really underpins a lot of the underlying problems with the Incredible Hulk as a character. The isolation and the loneliness that this character feels is really echoed in the score in a lot of places. And so I'm going to give this a 7 overall. For the performances, I think the key players of this film were all really good. I really enjoyed Ed Norton's performance as Bruce Banner. It's very different to Mark Ruffalo's performance, which is a bit more focused on comedy than it is on the drama of the character, whereas Ed Norton's take is far more serious and dramatic. It's not that either one of these performances are better than the other, they're just very different, and I feel like they're equally good. I think Liv Tyler's performance as Betty Ross is also very good, and I think that she and Ed Norton had good chemistry on screen, which really helps to sell the romantic relationship that they have very well, and it helps make it feel a bit more realistic. I actually really enjoyed Tim Roth's performance as both Emil Blonsky and when he does the voice and mocap work for Abomination later. He's one of the more entertaining and interesting villains of the MCU, and I'd happily have Tim Roth back to play this role again at a later date. I don't think we're going to see it, unfortunately, because I think the character is a bit too dark and dramatic for the current MCU, but I would happily have him back because I think he was great. So overall, I'm going to give the performances a 7. The writing for The Incredible Hulk is probably the weakest aspect. There are some aspects of the story which are a bit of a hard sell. The pacing is a bit too quick at times, which means that the characters don't really feel fully developed and their arcs don't really feel fully completed, and there's some plot threads that are left wide open for no particular reason. In addition to that, I do think that the writers of this film must have something against the military because they made them look incredibly stupid. They spend the first 20 minutes of the film shooting at the Hulk with no success, and then decide that the best tactic to try and beat the Hulk in every other scene is to try and shoot him some more, because, you know, if the first 10,000 bullets didn't work, maybe lucky number 10,001 is going to finally bring him down. And I think that was just stupid. It didn't seem very believable to me that they wouldn't change tactics when the first set of tactics didn't work. Overall, I'm going to give the writing 5.5. I'm going to give The Incredible Hulk 66% overall. I do think it's an enjoyable film. It does feel totally different to the rest of the MCU, so I understand why people aren't as taken with it as they are with later iterations of the Hulk. But as far as a Hulk movie goes, this gave me everything that I wanted and expected from a Hulk film. That's it for this episode. I'd like to thank you for watching, and hopefully it's given you some fresh perspective on the Hulk and maybe persuaded you to give it another go. Even if it didn't, I do hope that you've appreciated this video, and if you did enjoy it, then hit the like button so that you'll help me on my YouTube search rankings. And if you enjoy what I do here on this channel and you're not already subscribed, then hit the subscribe button. I don't know why I haven't done it already. Thanks a lot for your time, guys, and I'll catch you on the next episode.